and I just did, so.
My mother, see exactly how it works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
When you have to do it because you screwed up on something, then you shouldn't have to pay for it double by paying us a profit for your mistake.
Let's go one further. George and I discussed this switch. I recently replaced a switch out of one of your BDUs.
Yeah.
And I haven't quoted you a price for this so that you could. I don't really know how that belt was, whether it was under warranty, whether it was over warranty, or what.
Case belt. No way in the world that's under warranty.
Okay, so now he has to be charged by Anton Bauer.
No, he's charged by you.
He should be, at least in the future, should be charged by you.
Right, we'll give you a price for that switch.
You should be charged by us
for the switch, which is something like, I don't know, $8 or something like that. Okay.
We worked out ballpark prices.
Yeah, let's get back to the battery situation, because this gets confusing. Let me just try to define it. Go right down the line and define it. So we have a set price, which will probably be around $17 to replace the stack. Okay. So battery comes back within 6 months. It's under our warranty. If it's a bad stack, you pull him out a new one of those batteries. In other words, a battery that's come back from Gould.
A repair from Gould.
A repair from Gould battery. Okay, call it an RFG or something. A repair from Gould, an RFG battery, and you ship it to him. Transfer the serial number, and that's it. And that would just come out of our inventory. And
this is because it's still warranted by Anton Bauer.
And what you would bill us for would be the determination that it was thing, which we determined would be something like $1, whatever you charge us for the 10 minutes it takes you to just determine that it is indeed a bad cell. Because as I say, some people will. That's why going through this step. Some people will send back batteries that are fine. So in other words, it's whatever you want to charge us, $1 or change, whatever it is, to determine that that battery was indeed bad. You determine the battery was indeed bad. You pull this out of stock. You ship it to him, and that's it. And you bill us. You bill us for the belts.
Condition may be you get a belt, a control module, and 3 batteries back, and the guy says it doesn't work right. So what doesn't work right? You know, you never know. They never give you good information.
Right. So let's
you have to determine for yourself if the batteries are okay.
All right. So you determine that the problem's in the belt. You take care of that. But the 3 batteries that you checked, you can bill us for $1 a piece, whatever it is, because you took the time to check it out. Okay. All right. Now that's within the 6-month period. If now it comes back within after the 6-month period. Okay. You can come. You'll have one of 2 situations. It'll come back after the 6-month period. So you have to define the conditions. Condition A is that it comes back within 6 months. Condition B,
which is what we're talking about now.
Now is that it comes back after 6 months. Now under condition B, you then have condition B1 and condition B2. Condition B1 is that it comes back after 6 months, but it is still under the Gould warranty.
Okay.
Condition B2 is that it comes back after the 6 months, and it's not under the Gould warranty. Okay, let's take condition B1. Condition B1, it comes back, it's still under Gould warranty. In that case, you would take it out, take out the whole stack, ship it back to Gould, same way, give him an RFG battery, and charge him the $17.
All right.
Because it's as if it's, in other words, we're picking up. It's as far as he's concerned, it's not under warranty. We're just lucked out that it happens to be, which will happen in a good percentage of the time. Now, under that case, what I would say to do is, what should we do there? Split the profit with him or something, or what?
This is which case now?
Case B1. Battery comes back after 6 months, but still within the Gould warranty. He gives him a RFG battery, but still charges him the $17 if it was a bad stack.
See, the simplest way of doing that, the simplest way,
yeah,
which unfortunately we don't have enough knowledge to do right now, is to have, just allow you to allow that to balance off any labor that you would have been charging us for warranty stuff.
Well, I don't know what the frequency is going to be.
Right, you don't know the frequency is one.
All right, well, why don't we keep it? All right, so let's say we do this. All right, then let's do this.
Well, I'm taking actually a good battery,
Yes, all right, now here's
taking all the
this is what you do. All right.
profit. That doesn't sound right either. It doesn't sound
No, they won't be doing it. What George is proposing is this, is that we would use that, actually we would be taking the profit, using that to defray your cost to us. So in other words, what I'm saying is this. Let's say you do that. Battery comes back, this is condition B1. Condition B1, battery comes back after 6 months, but it's still under Gould warranty. You give him an RFG battery, charge him the $17. You credit $1 to charge us $1 for that, just as if, it was before the 6 months. And you credit us with the $16.
We're talking about being after 6 months, but charging you $1 for
in any case, whenever a battery comes back,
up to 18 months.
No time period. Whenever a battery, under any condition, if a battery comes back, and all you have to do is just check it, and ship something else out. There's no labor involved except just to check it. You bill us $1. Or whatever it is, you figure is fair. It might be 75 cents, might be $1.50. I'm sure it shouldn't be, somewhere around $1, I'm pretty sure. Because I think it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to check it out. Okay? So in any case, whenever you check anything out and nothing's wrong with it, either you ship it back or you ship them back a new one, we would get charged $1 for that, for your services. Okay. So I'm saying is that after condition B1, after 6 months, it's still under the Gould warranty. You just put them in your stack to send back to Gould, give them an RFG, so you've done nothing except tear it apart. And you bill us $1, but you charge him $17. And you bill him Qualtron $17, keep the $17, and give us credit against all those other $1 or other charges that you might have for us. Does that make any sense?
I follow it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
In other words, what we're doing is, you don't follow that.
No.
The point I'm saying is
We're
that...
trying to make our repairs pay for our warranties.
Right, what I'm saying is this.
So the whole thing becomes a self-supporting thing.
Yes, let me go over condition B2. And then maybe you'll understand condition B1, okay? Because it gets complicated. Condition B2 is that it comes back after 6 months, and it is not under Gould warranty.
Coffee break?
Yeah, please.
Okay? Condition B2.
No thanks.
In that case, you determine it's a bad cell, assuming that it is a bad cell. You replace the stack, and this again is under if it comes back and it's over 18 months, or the battery looks beat up, you might want to recommend to the customer, say, hey, look, it doesn't pay to repair this thing, get a new one. But if it comes back and it's 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, 14 months, and it looks in good shape, and you tell the customer, yes, it does pay to repair it, we'll put in the new stack, and it'll cost you $17.
Okay.
Okay? You repair it, you charge the customer $17, and you pocket the $17. And we would bill you just for the stack, which would be like $6 for the stack and $1 for the plastic. So we would bill you for the $7, whatever it is, and you would pick up the other $10 as profit.
Mm-hmm.
And
But on the other hand, it works just the opposite.
but in condition B1, I'm saying is
works
that
just the opposite.
we luck out. You don't luck out.
Right.
We luck out.
Okay.
That the battery happens to come back after warranty, but we can still get it from Gould. So essentially, Gould picks up the warranty. You charge us $1 out of that 17 just for checking it and doing the transaction, $1.50, and then the other $16 or $15 that you get, let's say we can make it round figures. You take $2 off the top for your things, and credit us with the 15 because you're going to pick up the normal $17 fee, but you didn't have to go through the hassle.
Yeah.
Right.
The reason you didn't have to go through the hassle is because we lucked out that it was still under the Gould warranty. In which case, if you could credit us with the $15, keep the 2 for yourself for your labor, and credit us with 15, and hopefully we'll get enough of those to help defray our costs for the other.
I think that's one problem now. We're talking about ones at this time now. When we start getting some volume, we'll be able to develop a pattern here. Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. We have no pattern to base this on yet.
Right.
Right. So now, we covered all conditions A and condition B1 and B2. Now, this is what are the conditions we would have. The other thing is if it comes back and it just really looks beat up and it looks low. Now the other thing is that let's say it comes in. Let's think of all exegeses. The other thing is that I
Eventually
would,
it becomes in very old. Say it's older than a year and a half.
yeah, if it's older than a year and a half, I would just call the customer and say, look, man, like, you know, this is the story, and we think you should buy a new battery because after a year and a half it doesn't play a replacement. The guy says he still wants to do it. You say, all right, but you know, tomorrow another stack could go. Now the only other thing I was thinking of doing to save the customer, save you a lot of problems, is it might pay to make up a test jig. George, to test capacity, so that before you put in the new stack, just to make sure that the rest of the cells are up to capacity. Before you put that new stack in, or maybe the easiest way is to put the new stack in before you remanufacture it. Make up, run it on the discharge tester. We have discharge, we have alligator clips on the discharge tester also. So in other words, you can put the new stack in, but before you solder anything, run the capacity test before you remanufacture, just to make sure that the rest of the cells are up to capacity.
What are you discharging? Just a bank of resistors?
Yeah, I'd just like to make a discharge test. If I give you the schematic and a list of parts and some of the precision resistors,
Yeah,
etc.
be a good idea.
So
Okay.
I've been meaning to make that for you, and it's not going to get done. Huh?
I'll buy components and the whole thing. You just give me the piece of paper. Okay.
Okay, so I think we covered all conditions, major conditions, and as the other conditions arise, just give us a call and we'll iron them out, and we'll establish policy as it goes along.
Okay. Very good. Good.
Okay, but I
Now-
think that's conditions A and the condition B1 and B2, but fairly well covers the generalization.
Very good. That I hope is going to be the heaviest warranty is within the battery.
Oh, battery, yeah, there shouldn't be any, the belts
Okay,
possibly.
but on these unique devices like the belts, which unfortunately Qualtron has had very little education in that field, and really it's only been with the switches. What can I do about determining if I get a fried belt? There's no way in hell I can determine.
Well, you have a schematic, no?
He's
Well,
talking about determining
even
how
so,
it's done.
I've not had that much experience with it.
No, but tracing, basically what you have to trace, when we say determining what caused it, basically is just through the schematic, or through the wiring diagram, essentially, it's a wiring diagram, is determined by what's fried, determine whether it was something internal or internal malfunction or an external malfunction.
Okay,
That's basically
but
all
bear
it's
with me. Other than just light conversation, I don't really know how this thing hooks up.
Well, we'll give you a wiring diagram. You have a complete color-coded wiring diagram, right? So we just give you a wiring diagram, and unless the whole thing's just totally fried, and then
Which is usually the case.
yeah. But I mean, how many we
One
get? We
thing
get like
that's
Well, I've seen it twice with these damn switches.
yeah. What I'm saying, George, is that we don't get back more than like one of those a month. And I'm
But the switch does not prove that that was where it went wrong. Right? If the switch is bad and the harness is burned up, it still could have been an external short that started the whole thing.
But in both cases, I'm saying the harness was intact,
Oh, yeah,
no
yeah.
evidence
There
of
was
any
no-
overheating.
We've got two things
and
bad switches already.
you're getting,
what did you do? Put it on the wiring harness?
Radio.
Or you just
He replaced the switch.
what did that run labor-wise? How long did it take you?
I don't know. Again, prior to coming
Hard
here
to
this
say,
evening,
learning.
John and I met,
Well, how long
for a
did it take
brief
you
period.
just even for learning?
It's I can't even make an
How can you
intelligent
say?
guess.
You're going to count the trips down here to
Yeah.
check out this? and check
Right.
out that?
Well, maybe can you make
Nice
a
and quick.
ballpark, an hour, 2 hours? What was just? I'm looking for a ballpark.
I'd say, and again, you don't quote me on it.
You're being quoted.
I know.
Yeah, but just looking for a ballpark. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just curious.
I'd say about slightly in excess of an hour,
All right. So, and what do
plus or
you?
minus an hour.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for. So there was somewhere between an hour and 2 hours. Let's say. Is that fair? Good
Yeah.
enough to say. All right. So what do you figure out your labor for an hour, roughly?
What my overhead figure?
Yeah. Total overhead figure.
Based on 9.
About 9 an hour. All right. So figure. Let's just take a rough figure. $15 to replace that switch.
Again,
Then comes what's it cost to drop it in the harness?
Yeah. All right. Well, in any case,
Yeah,
the point I'm making, Fred, the point I'm making is that these things happen relatively infrequently. I would say that with burnt out belts and stuff like that, you're going to average less than one a month. Hope the hell you average.
I
less than one a
don't
month.
think that's going to be.
So what I'm saying is that as they
figure.
come up, these things we can, I mean, busted belts and these things, everything except batteries, you're going to come across like one a month or something like that, and we can just give us a phone call and we'll take them as they come. Even if we have to, every time you get one, go over it. I mean, even still, it's only once a month on the average. So
Here again, I think a pattern might develop.
yeah, so I'm not worried about those things. It's really the batteries where you're going to get an average of 2 or 3 a week. Or
Yeah,
something.
but nonetheless, if I get a belt in, this week, I want to get it out as soon as possible. Right now, I've still got that belt. I need a circuit breaker and I need a switch. We haven't determined how much you're going to charge me for the switch.
What I'm saying is, for the once a month that's going to happen, we're close enough by that either we can't handle it on the phone. You stop the mic.
You're going to be getting the whole. My excuse, I think, is going to be the holidays. He's not going to be able to keep up the production schedule in the holidays, and he say, I got to get this stuff over to Qualitron for the diplomatic problems transferring this from Woody because he's doing good work and
Yeah.
and everything.
You mean the manufacturing piece? But Woody still wants to keep doing that.
Yeah, but it can't work.
Is what?
It can't work. I mean, Qualitron has to be doing that manufacturing. They got to be handling the warranty and everything else.
I'm repairing the belts that I don't manufacture.
Right.
So you're phasing him out, or what?
Yeah,
Woody?
I haven't decided exactly how to handle it. How would you like to tell what these things?
Do you have any broach subject with him?
No.
It's a hell of a thing to do. It's
What, doesn't he know about Qualitron and everything?
Yeah, I've taken the suitcase chargers away from him because he was anxious to get rid of. He just intimated that he was having a hard time meeting the schedule. Zip.
Gee, really? Boy, we're really counting on you, Woody. But okay. All right. Well, basically, what it boils down to, just to recapitulate, is on the batteries, you got condition A, condition B1, condition B2, and everything else. Take it as it comes.
I think we're all right there.
And take it as it comes. That's about it.
But again, to quote a price, I would need your component costs to me.
This we can work with George. You can work that out. The stacks would come out. I would say stacks would come out with probably about $6.
Yeah.
$7. Figure $7 a stack.
Do it intelligently. Sit down and
Until we get all these part numbers determined, we can enter it all in the computer. It's going to be part by part. You ask me, and I'm going to give you
all right.
some number which isn't going to be exact, but it'll be.
It'll be
the number
close,
that I charge
close
you at
enough
the time.
and flexible,
Yeah.
so that we can go either way. Good. I believe in
What you'll be getting in the future is, probably monthly updates on your part costs, because as we reorder parts at new prices, that will change, of course, your price cost.
Good.
Well, I gotta get these metal. I gotta look into this metal foil stuff. I don't know what's going on, man. I just don't
Jesus!
have time to do
You talk
anything.
about metal foil. He says great on that engraving.
Yeah.
Bring 3 down. I dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. All right. No, I just can't figure out. Where the time's going. I gotta cut this film for AT&T, and I'm not doing that much stuff. And I'm looking. I got a lot of film work, and I'm doing one film, and I had this moving in. I'm still not finished moving in. That's taking time.
I know what you mean. I've been doing nothing but our stuff, including getting our stuff on the computer and stuff. Nothing but anti-power stuff for 7 days a week, except this weekend I took off 2 days.
What do you mean you took off for 2 days?
Fred and I did a job on the instrument panel on the plane.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Close lights.
Oh, I got a name for you. I didn't.
Oh, by the way, before we go any further, what I want to do is to extract from this tape minutes and send them out to everybody.
You might want to send out the end summaries rather than the bullshit that's went in between.
Guy Frank Celebrity. I went to my high school reunion. The guy
I
who
heard you were at high school reunion.
he works at Teterboro Airport. He's electronics. He's manager of electronics repair. He does radios and stuff, Navcoms and the whole bit. And I mentioned that, I said my partner's got a plane. He fixes it at Barbara Daniels. And those guys are butchers. They said that they had a plane came in. They had the thing repaired from Barbara Daniels, and instead of going to, it said from. Instead of from, it said to. So he said, anytime you need, they sell radios and stuff. Anytime you need radios, you need repair or something like that, get in touch with him. He's at Teterboro. I don't know.
No kidding. Well, I have that 6. I'll take it out and let them look at it, because here's a $1,500 piece of equipment that's next to useless to me. I got to admit, it worked the entire night, except it started breaking up in the transmitter, because I can't count on whether that receiver is going to receive or not. Every time I transmit, is it going to receive this time?
Well, you went out
Did
for.
Barbara Daniels screw up? This is the way since you got it.
Since I got the plane.
Oh, why don't you take it?
They spent $200 of my money fixing it.
And they didn't fix
It's
it.
now intermittent. It now works fine on their bench. It works fine sometimes for me, sometimes doesn't. I can understand the problem. I've had stuff come back to me that's intermittent.
Well, all right, let me take a look at it. The
Customized.
guy's name is Frank Sulliberti. I'll give you his card. It's Conrack, or I don't know.
Conrad.
Teterboro has some good people.
He's in
My father
bad
had
shape.
their annual done in Teterboro,
Yeah.
and he said it cost half what it cost at Linden the previous time. They did just the same sort of stuff. He says, it seems to run pretty consistent. Then it takes one tire, maybe hydraulic cylinder rebuilt or so. And,
Okay, well, I'll give you this guy's card. He's a hell of a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. I remember he was a nice guy.
they're impossible to work with. Although they are respected, though, normally.
Yeah, Barbara Dennings.
As far as scheduling, they don't. It's, maybe it was somebody in the ELT.
This one guy, I was just about to invite him out for a smoke. I found out he's a detective. For 8 years, he's almost chief of police.
Are these really, this guy's a classmate of yours, ex-classmate of yours?
Did I ever tell you, this is a slight, did I ever tell you the story about the physics regions?
Are any, by the way, are any of the other people in your class going bald?
Thank you. Did I ever tell you the story about the physics regions? I must have told you that story.
Yeah.
It was John Todd, but this is the detective.
Do you want to shut this off?
Yeah, shut that off. All right, so I think we're squared away. Anything else?
You know what I hope to do eventually on this repair,
Yeah, you've been
Regardless.
sitting here quietly.
regardless of where the warranty stands, I mean, whether it's warranty, Google, or whatever, but maybe eventually, for instance, the belts, we can get a flat rate for areas. I mean, for instance, harness, switches.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at before about the switch.
In other
Get flat
words,
rates.
you go buying here, it's in this area, it's going to cost $15. Here it's going to cost $28.
Well, it's also so the customer knows also.
Yeah,
No,
so
you'll know
you
that-
can quote a price.
Right, so the customer knows that if it's a bad sell.
Yeah.
No, but you can have your form letter with a little fill on the
Yeah.
price.
That's
And we can probably do that with all the products eventually
Yeah.
that would fall in this category of being returned for repair.
Too organized would be so uncharacteristic of this thing.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me fill you in on another thing, which I don't know if I filled you in. We do have a bad rep already in terms of repair work. So it's very important that as you start doing this stuff, to try to do it as good as possible and as quick as possible, at least for the beginning. In other words, I would actually say is give repair for at least for the first 3 to 6 months. Give repair a pretty high priority. And because right now we do have a bad reputation. I've heard it from several people where they say that Anton Barry sends stuff back and you never see it again. And it's bad reputation. We've already started to get like this. So I'd like to get that, try to, quench that reputation as soon as possible.
It's a hell of a thing because right now we're in our embryonic stages of.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
repair.
It's,
It's gonna be a hell
so
of a
we
thing.
should try to get into it and get into it fast and get into it good.
Okay.
I was thinking of even some window dressing, for instance, in this aluminum canister belt that he has. After it's repaired, refinish the canisters, and so they look like they've been touched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The flat
Right
blade.
now he gets back something exactly that he sent out, except it works.
Yeah.
The switch now functions properly because it
Yeah,
works with the
cosmetic,
new one.
by the way,
Yeah.
there's a lot of psychology to that.
Right.
Like on batteries that come in for repair, if we do go to metal inserts or something that aren't serialized and it's scratched up and everything, you just
Peel
check
it
it
off.
out, just put a new one on here, just whatever, things like that, wherever you can do that, because it means a lot.
I think John shares your
Cosmetics.
cosmetics.
I even know charlatans that run repair services where they don't do anything, they just repaint it and the customer's happy.
Yeah.
Where somebody else, they actually fix it and send it back and beat up the way it was, and they say, hey, you didn't do anything.
Right, he can't appreciate what's inside. He only looks at it from the outside, electronics or electrical systems.
Now, the other thing
nothing.
which I'd like to make up, now that you bring up about cosmetics and this thing, I'd like you to make up a repair. Aeroflex does this, and it looks very professional. I like it. If you make up like a work order repair system that gets sent back with the battery, and you might want to make it like a carbon snap away or whatever, where it says repair order form, Anton Bauer, Qualtron, whatever it says, and you have down capacity test. Check with initials.
Oh, sure. That is very impressive.
Continuity check with the initials. Whatever it is, contact resistance test. Just figure out all the tests you could possibly. Maybe like a list of 6 tests, and you check them with a name, and you send it back with the battery.
Yeah.
They feel that something's been done. Been done to it. And then you put down other comments. You put down replace stack number 2 found bad, replaced with new stack. Check capacity checked out at .90, whatever we figure out, and then voltage, end voltage, 14.2 on the charge. The guy really feels, it takes
Sometimes he
you.
has to use the right charging next time.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel? Now, you just mentioned something that, whether it be Anton Bauer or Qualtron, I'd like to establish, one or the other. Which shall it?
Well,
This John is across the table that way. Right now I sit back with George.
what are your
I didn't hear your first comment.
The question is whether to use
Qualtron name or
Anton
Anton Bauer name.
Right now,
on repair work.
well, let me give you for instance. Everything I send out, as far as a packing memo or packing slip, Anton Bauer. But really, the UPS, is from Qualtron.
Yeah, I would think on repair, I would note both on it. I would say I would want the either address or whatever it is to be Qualtron, and
I'd say it can only help us to have Qualtron, and especially in that we already do have a bad reputation. We want to know that we have done something about the situation.
Yeah.
We have designated agents. They'll say, ever since Qualtron took over, we've been getting good service or something like that. They'll notice something different.
yeah, I would say I would think that you put it under Qualtron. I might want to say it might be something there in small print about something to Anton Bauer, exclusive agents for Anton Bauer. I don't know, whatever. Some reference to Anton Bauer on there.
Okay, well, I can get 500 or 1,000 sheets of whatever form you want to use for any correspondence between us and the customer, like that little checklist or whatever. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I would
George,
do that
you would be, I'd say, the best source of information as far as what bullshit we could put on there.
Bullshit. When it comes to bullshit, that's my department.
That's where you flower.
That's the one expertise George acknowledges.
That's not quite.
All right, but basically, I would say this would be also between you and me, I guess, and then I'll give you the bullshit and you back me up with the technical aspects of it. But I would say basically a check mark for all the things you could possibly do to it. I would say like new cases. I put down cases, and you put OK, and I would say that what I would basically have is a thing. In other words, the actual thing, like cases, capacity, whatever it is, a box saying OK with a check, a box for initials, and then a remark after it. So you can put down cases, OK, or you can put down cases, OK, remarks, new cases put on. You put down contact circuit board, OK, and then or after new
That
circuit
would be a
board.
bad test, by the way. Set yourself up, I'll give you schematics for an ohm tester for very low ohmages.
They put a
And
bridge.
go to diagonal pins and check from that pin through the trace or wire or whatever to that pin. What is the total contact resistance?
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, under high current load or what?
Well, it's the only way you can.
Yeah,
Either
put
real
high
sensitive voltmeter or
Yeah, put 10 amps through there or something. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting test. Put down contact resistance test or something like that. And put down OK or board replaced. Say put on board showed up bad, replaced board. In other words, each one have a box for OK, initials, and a remark.
Now, for the capacity test, would you like something other than okay or no good?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, again, I said, check where it says capacity, OK, initial, and put down 18 points or something like that,
Well, that's the question. Do you want to do that? I'm not sure. Somebody's going to be disappointed if they're at the low end of our acceptance scale.
Well, I would do it. I would convert the whole thing so that.
So it's meaningless.
No. I would convert the whole thing to a scale where 100% is our low border, so that everybody gets back something either says 100% or 120% or 150% or something like that. So basically, we've been running. What would we consider our cutoff to be? Something like 17 or 18, right?
Modify though, depending on who you think the customer is.
Yeah. If it's borderline, sometimes it matters if it's rainy out or if I had a good night. But essentially, something like 17 or figure 18.
As soon as I get you these, as soon as you put together the calibrated tester, run some of your new batteries through, and let's get a line on that. And as soon as the GEs come in, we'll have to get a new line of the GEs.
What do you?
That's going to change
You
things.
did-
Possibly, maybe.
Yeah,
Or 17, 18 are minutes.
our
Yeah.
minutes, yeah. but
Minutes on our tester, on our.
It has no
standard
significance
tester.
whatsoever. It's just
It's not
essentially.
related to the machine you're driving?
Yeah, but what we're saying is that, so 18 minutes, what does that mean? You know, what is it going to run on a camera? We haven't really correlated it yet, but we just, by bell curve, we've established that if it runs 18 kflumpkas, then it's good. If it runs anything under 18 kflumpkas, we don't consider it good. In other words, it has no significance except that's where we've drawn the line in the bell curve. You follow? You see what I'm saying? It has no significance as to what.
We did not relate it to amp hours because unfortunately the tester turned out the resistance was changing with feed inside.
Right.
And I couldn't calibrate it.
Okay, so the point I was getting at is that they run essentially. If you figure 18 minutes as the thing, they run. I think the highest we've ever gotten was like 27, 28. Once in a while, 30, but they'll run somewhere between. So they run. If you consider 18 to be 100, they would run anywhere from 100 to 150%. Okay, now what I was thinking is if we could convert that to points, and so the customer doesn't know. So if we take that other 50% and convert that to minutes above 18. So he would get something for he ran 18 minutes, it's 100. If he runs 19 minutes, it's 101. If it runs 20 minutes, it's 102. So in other words, the numbers would all run between 100 and 112. So this way the customer doesn't know. All the customers would get back something between 100 and 112. And yet for our purposes, we would know on the car. I'd like to see these maybe zip away carbons. We'd have a carbon of it.
How do you spell kaflunkskas?
So that we would know that it was 101. It ran 19 minutes. It was 100, you know what I mean, and something like that. So the customer sees an actual number there, and but let me think about that. I'll work maybe between George and I. We'll work up what we think it is, and see what someone can make us up snap away carbon forms on that, so you can snap away and keep one for your records and one for the customer.
Before I leave tonight, George, can I have the CNC tester and also a replacement switch and circuit breaker? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, this Canadian deal. I expected to hear from you
Yes,
through the mail.
I mentioned it before. I forgot all about that. I will get to you tomorrow. Is going to be a hectic day for me. If I can't get to you tomorrow, I will probably call you or call John or mail him or something on Wednesday.
Did you bring those the UPS things down? that you had in your car for me? You said all those are for you.
They're all back in the Anton Bar folder.
Okay,
Besides,
by the way,
I don't have my wagon here. If they were there, I've got another
talking
car.
about folders, I've had no mail or anything. I looked at my files. All right, good. So it's phasing.
Okay, George, you mentioned this fellow wanted the replacement UP1 bottom.
Yeah.
Could you just tell me his address?
I'll have to find it for you. It's buried in some of my paperwork somewhere.
Okay. Call John.
Okay, and I'll call John.
What about this fellow from Raytheon? What am I supposed to do with him?
I told him to send he's got a battery and a mini charger. And I told him to send the battery and the mini charger to you. Now you can test the mini charger using that tester I gave you for the suitcase chargers. It comes into the green. It's great.
As a matter of fact, when they were running the inventory today, he said, "What's this?" It says tester.
Let me ask you, when you shipped me that stuff UPS, you did put down the old Norwood Road, last house before dead end on left or something like that? Did you really put that down?
On the UPS slip, he said, just put down the exact address. And she told him, yeah, but it's the last house on the dead end road. And he says, okay, and he jotted something down.
I gotta stop down there and see if I can pick it up, because I'm supposed to go to tomorrow. And you put in, with the transformers, you did put them in the little wiring diagram in for me?
The same wiring diagram we received from the manufacturer. And now we have 90. I only sent you 19 because that's all that was remaining from that original shipment. And then
How many did I ask for?
21. Well, I talked you down to 20, but in real figures it was 19.
He partial shipped this? He only sent us 20 or something in that original shipment? 25?
No, he sent 40 though. 50, 60, I don't know, whatever.
Wait.
He sent them out to Claire. We used the ones in the original shipment to the Claire order out. That's what they were for.
Oh, the 20 for the Eclair. I got you.
Which is like 50 or something.
Right, I got you.
Okay, those are the CE20015 transformers, right?
When did we? How can we leave? Just one car. What's this one on?
All right. The transformers we are talking about, the ones that were manufactured in Wallingford or something.
Right,
yeah.
CE20. Well, we received a few days ago 96 more.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well those, because now England wants 50 of those or something.
Do you want me to ship them?
No, I'll let you know tomorrow on that.
My watch has had it.
Okay, so what? Let's see, what else is new? What else is new? Is that your Architron? I thought you had the ones that you can see through. You didn't get the one you can see through. How come you didn't get the one you can see through? I thought for sure you'd get the one you can see through.
A little indecent though.
I don't know if they had it in stock or something.
When are you gonna get your Pulsar?
I don't know, I was thinking about that, and they're bound to come out with a stopwatch built into the same thing. What's it, one extra switch and a few extra solid-state counters.
If not, George can modify it.
That's what I'm gonna wait for. I gotta have a stopwatch in mind. But I want the one
I
with
was
the slide
waiting,
rule.
before it was the date, now they did the date, I can't use it as an excuse anymore.
Yeah, to me, I'd use it more as a stopwatch and tell what time it is.
All right, I guess we're good. The only thing we have to do is
Okay, I'll call you in Canada. I'm trying to. It seems to me that, you know what it is? I can't stand responsibility. I want, I gotta find some rich chick that'll keep me. But I just don't. I get really bugged when I have anything over my head. That I gotta
where?
do.
What's the problem?
Nothing. I just hate to have things over my head. I would like nobody to give me anything to do until I feel like doing it.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
I felt like that.
Yeah, but you're a responsible adult.
That's why I never have kids. Imagine a kid coming to me and says, I'm hungry, I want to eat. So, come back next week, maybe I'll feel like eating it. You know what I mean?
You want to be an executive?
I don't even want to be an executive. I want to be a
Right.
child. This is what it is. I just, I just want to wake up in the morning and just,
That's why things are such a mess. You see, we're both that way.
Well, hopefully we can resolve it. You can, have
Either
more
that or I
time.
want to get motivated. Look at this guy Hirschhorn. Came over to this country. This is the place I was talking about. Came over to this country, 13 children. He's from Latvia. Couldn't speak English. His parents couldn't speak English. Lived in the Lower East Side of the Bronx someplace. Came over, I guess he was 8 years old or something when he came over. Learned to speak broken English. Got a job on Wall Street as an office boy when he was like 13 years old. Never went to high school. 13 years old, got a job as an office boy. Picked up stock market stuff. By the time he was 16, 17, he started messing around from what he learned. Started on playing with stock, made his first million by the time he was 20.
3 years?
Yeah, made his first
Made it
million.
by playing the stock market?
Yeah. Playing the stock market, made his first million by playing the stock market. And then he just from there, just mushroomed it. In the 40s, he did this uranium deal.
What did he do through 29 and 30?
He's like Evans. He lost everything he had and made it all back again. That's what this guy Evans, I know, was a millionaire. Once again, no education, built himself up from nothing, became a millionaire, lost everything. And just to show you it wasn't luck, after things started coming back again, he built it right back up again.
I'm telling you, it's all motivation because this guy, maybe he didn't lose it at all. I don't know, but anyway, he made it back. He got involved in uranium. Bought a bunch
In
of
the
uranium
40s?
fields. Yeah, late 40s.
Uh-huh.
Bunch of uranium fields and everything. He's worth, I don't know, he's worth, I think, something like a $500 million now or something like that.
I think I told you, Fred, how Evans started off.
No.
Talk about multi-millionaires. This guy's worth about $500 million.
That's an unreal figure.
I don't even think he's
much of
on,
an-
I don't think he's on the list of the 10 most richest men in the world either.
Or you're sharing his phone.
Who had I see the guy lying on the couch, and he's talking to the psychiatrist, and he says, yeah, in high school, he says, I missed one away from being like, getting a national scholarship to the foundation. He says, and then in college, I missed one from making All-American football. And, all the time he missed one, and he says, and now this is the blow. He says, by one, I missed on getting Fortune magazine's top 100 most richest men in the world. and he's listening to this lecture, all his problems.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. I didn't know we covered
We're talking about everything else. We're talking about everything else but that.
I always think about the work on this and
East-west pair number goes in the east-west mark.
Easy slam in spade, very good.
well, I haven't made my mind where I'm going to play it yet. I mean, I'm going to have to obviously put the contract.
Yeah, well, you've obviously got spades behind.
Right. How many aces do you have?
Two. Wait a minute.
You have that long?
Three.
Three. How many kings do you have?
How many trouble?
One king,
She was ready to stand it too. What'd you think?
No, you finished spade last.
no, that's it.
One makes seven, eight.
I'm throwing away the winners for that.
Seven,
I'm seven.
7, 3, right?
No. Spade plus five, I make 1,000.
That's cool. Yeah, and you don't have to give me any numbers. The next two are.
Directly over and
Yeah, well, then you use
Got one for us?
Just a minute. You're so impatient.
Even over one no trump, I don't know if I did 4 clubs directly when you play, especially over delayed no trump sequence.
Sure doesn't look
So, you know, I'm not wrong. I know we're going to slam.
You didn't have the king of diamonds.
Just give us an export.
Get out of here with your big ears.
No, this is my hand. There you go. There you go.
What ace? I pass.
like this one.
Every said we shouldn't shuffle the board and then you ask for Or something. Well, that's just a terrible hand.
Yeah, that was
That's
a terrible
what I'm
hand,
saying.
wasn't it, that one?
Terrible, we couldn't live it. Gee, Honor, that was terrible. What a greedy pig. The first one. First I was See what I mean?
I pass.